Hi, my name is Susan Hewitt. I'm one of the paediatric physiotherapists from NHS Lanarkshire, and today I'm going to be looking at some ways of encouraging your child's development and movement whilst playing on the floor. So the first position for play that we're going to look at is having the wee one lying on the floor on their back. The first thing that we're going to pay attention to is where the baby's head and vision are. And with my baby here on the floor, you can see that they've got a bit of a preference towards the right side. So what I'm going to do first of all is come down and get the baby's visual attention. So come to about 15 centimetres away from their face and talking to them and maybe placing a hand on their chest and getting them to follow you with their vision round into the middle until their head has come into the midline. The next thing that we're going to look at is the position of their arms and legs. We would like, in the early stages of development, for a child to be learning to bring their arms and their legs up from the surface that's supporting them. It might be, if they are very straightened out and very flat against the surface, that we might want to give them a little bit of support in this. So maybe bringing your hands behind their shoulders to just encourage their arms to come into the midline, and maybe also bringing their legs up into a more sort of tucked position to help. So in the position that we're in just now, the baby's far more likely to bring their hands together into their mouth and also to be lifting their legs up towards their body. Whilst at the same time, by being down in this position, beneath them, they're more likely to bring their vision down towards me and towards their legs. And that's very helpful for strengthening their tummy muscles and also their neck muscles. And it's also very helpful in getting both sides to work together, which is what we want at this stage in development. So we might have been playing for some time with our baby in the middle on their back, as we were discussing when we're talking about lifting their legs and arms up from the surface. And that should help to make their tummy muscles and their neck muscles more active. And from there we might want to look towards moving into side lying, which is another nice position for play. So we might want to look up if we've got something which is a bit of a noisy toy or something which is visually quite interesting, and see if we can use that to encourage and guide their vision round and over to the side. And from there we want to have our hands supporting behind the shoulder we're rolling away from, and also to be keeping the baby's leg, particularly the uppermost leg, to be staying bent as they're coming over onto their side. We need to just be careful as well that the arm that they're rolling onto is out of the way, so that it's not going to become uncomfortable when they lie on it. Now again, our position is very important. We want to stay down towards the baby's feet because that will help to encourage them to keep using their tummy muscles. What we don't want is that the wee one rolls over by pushing themselves into a very straightened position, and instead of using this tucking up with their tummy, we don't want them to be rolling over by using a big push from their head and from their heel. So this baby stayed in a nice sort of curved, almost C position. And what we want is that when they're on their side, is that they keep their visual attention down in this area of their body, because that will help them keep using their tummy muscles and keeping their vision down. So again, we want to maintain that we've got a wee bit of support behind their shoulder, and also that we're keeping their legs, particularly the top leg, bent up. We might find sometimes that to give a bit of extra support, a wee one might feel more secure if they've got something behind them. So sometimes even taking a blanket and rolling it up and using that just to help maintain that position behind them can help. And sometimes also just having a hand at the front of their body, giving them a point to come forwards to, can be quite helpful as well. So again, when they're on their side at this stage, we're not expecting them to be doing anything very much with their hands. So whatever we give them to look at or to maybe to start to bat and explore with their hands. We want it to be quite easy and not very challenging, so that they're not becoming frustrated. So it might be looking at a baby mirror or a high contrasting colours, or as I said, something that crinkles or makes a sound without very much activity. Or the other thing that we could do is just to talk to the baby in that position as well. But the most important thing is that the area of visual attention is down towards where I am and where the toys are here. If the visual attention was moved up the way, then the baby would be likely to push back with her head and with her hand, and we would lose the position that we want, which is for them to be using their tummy and bringing their vision down the way.